Wow. I guess turnabout is fair play. For those of you who aren't aware, as they said, I mean, the McCormick girls, we've had 3 weddings in less than 1 year. I mean, I'm a big planner, and I'm always thinking, you know, 5 minutes, 10 years out, and this was not on my radar at all. Life has a way of throwing you curves, right? But we've had 3 weddings in the last year, and because my girls did not have a dad to give them a toast, I was very nervous about what am I going to do to talk to them. This is not my role. I did not do this. And I did my best to try to come up with a funny and maybe somewhat incriminating limerick for each of them. And they have returned that favor in spades. Thank you so much, Reed, Richard, Kelly, and Brad for getting collaborating on that. That was awesome. Hannah, you knocked it out of the park. Holy smokes, I thought you were going to do, you know, some, you know, I love my dad, and blah, blah, blah. She is a comedian, and she knocked it out of the park. And we saved Jack for last because, you know, his toasts are always a piece de resistance. I didn't take much. So, oh my gosh, for Wes and I, our hearts are so full right now just to see all of you guys here, because what we wanted to create tonight was just a big love fest. And did we do it? Yeah! You can't tell, like, it's when the 2 people who were Wes's friends raised their hands. Everybody else is my friends, right? Anyway, thank you so much for being here on this day with us. When we thought about our wedding day, we had several choices, right? I mean, we could have done courthouse steps, right? We could have done small destination wedding. We could have gone to, you know, just the family, that sort of thing. But when we thought about what has happened to us in the last few years and what has happened to all of us in the last 3.5 years, we just thought, and to some of us right here, what's happened to us recently, we just thought, you know, life is worth celebrating, and what we wanted was a big old party, right? Because what we need to do is just celebrate when we are here and present and can celebrate. So thank you so much for coming to be part of our big old party and helping us celebrate. You know, the McCormick family just experienced devastation again. Just recently, we lost one of our own. My sister-in-law, Judy, just passed away somewhat unexpectedly just 2 weeks ago. And because we were having this big old contingent of McCormicks coming for this celebration, we had her celebration of life 2 days ago. So our McCormick family is experiencing that whole, you know, up and down of celebration, sadness, and joy. And so, again, thank you for coming, all of you McCormicks. I was so happy that not only is my generation represented, but my daughter's generation is represented. And the ones that have kids, we're having a big old family reunion tomorrow at the Acreage, and all the kids are invited as well. So I also want to acknowledge our dear friends from the great state of Hawaii, Lucas and Sherry Woodford, who traveled here. They've seen so much devastation on their island because they are from Maui. They were evacuated. Fortunately, they were able to stay in their homes, but they have lost, the island has lost so many friends, family, homeless, people without jobs. So please keep Maui and Lahaina in your prayers. And if you can help out, and keep them in your prayers, but if you can help out in any way, please come and see Lucas and Sherry, or Steph and Jack, or my girls who lived there for a while, because they need help right now. But as for celebrations, we're not just celebrating us today, and for those of you who are kind enough to humor us when you send in your RSVPs. We asked what you are celebrating, and hopefully you saw the list out by the guest book, because we had a lot. Thank you so much. So many of you responded. We had, and I'm not going to name them all because it's just so many, but we had a lot of baby news. We had wedding anniversaries and other celebratory events, and I just want to name some of the highlights. The wedding anniversaries, we've got three couples here who've been married over 50 years. So Steve and Jack were 51st anniversary this year. Congratulations. Bob and Jean Peterson, where are you guys? Are you still here? There we go. They're the nicest couple in Elkhorn. You gotta know them. They're 53 years this year, and then the topper is 54 years with Keith and Barbara I know she won't mind me saying this, but our top birthday was Maxine. Where is she? She was 80 this year. That was submitted by her daughter Malika, so you can be upset with Malika about that. But okay, so the best one, because this embodies what we tried to make this whole celebration about. The best one was from Steve McCormick. Where is he? Steve. Steve said he's grateful for being alive and still living life. And I gotta tell you, I've been to now 3 celebrations of life where Steve was part of it. The first one was way too near and dear to my heart, and when he walked into the room and talked to me, he said, "I'm so sorry for your loss." He said, "You know, I thought I was going to be the first to go." And my 7-second delay came in, but in my indoor voice, I said, "You know, Steve, I thought you were too." But he is still here. He's had his fair share of health problems, and unfortunately, Steve also became widowed a 1.5 years ago, a little over a 1.5 years, when his beautiful wife, Sue, passed away. But she told him, when she knew she was passing, that he should continue living life, and he's doing that. He delights us because he's on Facebook. I mean, you know, Facebook is only for us old people now, right? And he's on Facebook, and he delights us with his trips, and he's got a big one coming up as soon as he can get like his old people friends to log on with him. But he's going to Argentina, but he's actually been bear hunting. And he also delights us on social media with all of his beautiful gardens, because he cultivates his own lilies, and he shares them with us, and they're just beautiful. So, Steve, thanks for there's no prize, but thanks for having us. That's what we're trying to embody here at this wedding today. So, thanks everybody for responding, and I'm going to wrap up here. Before we go to the dance, I got a couple more things to say. I thought I only had 1 page, but I have 2. But it's a big print because I can't see anymore. So before we go to the dance, I'd like to especially thank those of you who were such a big part of the ceremony today. Omaha Country Club for this beautiful setting, and to Steph and Jack, who are the actual members here and through whom we were able to use this facility. And all of our VIP host couples who came down the aisle to Here Comes the Sun. You know, that was such an important song for me, because they really are the sun in our world. And many of them have been with us for so much of my life, and for Wes and I's life after we got together. But among them all, I would especially like to point out the Regal family. Dave and Sherry Regal, their daughters Amber and Mike Olson, and Paige and Kyle Kennebec, because when in 2020, I'm pretty sure they got together and they named me their personal family charity for that year, because I had recently become widowed and I needed so much. And they came and they helped with everything. They helped fix broken horse fence. They took down a decrepit old building. They helped me learn how to repair my farm equipment, and they put new lighting in on my barn. That one almost electrocuted Dave, but he's still here. And all of this happened during the pandemic when nobody was supposed to see each other. And they just knew that I needed them, and I just can't thank you enough. And we'd like to thank the whole wedding party too. My sister and brother-in-law, Jack and Steph Korleski, who have been such a source of love and support to me always, and to Wes and I after we got together. Although you wouldn't necessarily know that. I'm just And to our daughters and sons-in-law, Renee and Richard, Hannah, Kelly and Brad, thank you so much for being the officiants and the readers. It meant so much more to us to have you guys be the main players in the ceremony, because it just shows your love and support for us. Which, you know, when you start dating again in your 60s, I mean, I didn't even realize that I would feel this way, but like when we started trying to introduce them to our kids, it's like, ooh, do you think they'll like you? It's all these things that they probably felt bringing their dates to their parents, but we did that too. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. We're going on to the dance. I want you all to please come up and dance with us. Wes and I are very awkward, but very passionate dancers. So if you don't fancy yourself a dancer, don't worry, because you cannot be embarrassed, because we'll be up there pretty much all night. After the first two songs, please, I would like everybody to come up. We're gonna do a family favorite. And truly, if you don't like to dance, you just come up and you just sway to the music and you sing with us, because that would mean so much to us. So please join us then, and thank you all.